Hey guys, it's Luke here from Spotlight on Spurs, and today we're going to be looking forward to the Thursday's fixture in the Europa League semi-final first leg at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium between Tottenham Hotspur and Bodo Glimt. Now, the question on many fans' lips is, will the season carry on the trajectory of getting worse and worse and being fully miserable for us Spurs fans on match day, or could the team pull up yet another surprise in the European competition and pull off a result so that we can go away from home in the second leg and then hopefully progress to the final? What I done was I reached out to a few content creators and YouTubers in the Spurs space and asked them to give their opinions on whether they think we will make it over the line in the first leg. So let's see what they said.
Yes, guys, hope everyone's doing well. Luke's asked me to come on, give a prediction for Thursday, and he's asking who I think is going to be the goal scorer. I'll get to that in a minute. But before that, please, guys, subscribe to Luke, support his channel, give him a sub. Be much appreciated. Cheers. Now, that's where the nicety ends. Now, this season has been horrendous under Ange. Oh, he is a shocking manager. And I have not had a good time this season at all. Awful team we are under Ange. I don't understand him. I don't get it. He talks about improving the mentality, changing the perception of the club. Just can't see it. But anyway, we find ourselves in the semi-final of the Europa League. Look, we've had a quite fairly straightforward run to this point. The boys did their job in Frankfurt, got a very, very well defended performance. And we got through and we're here. What a massive chance to get to a European final, guys. Yeah, against Bodo Glimt, yeah. Look, we can't underestimate them. They deserve to be in the semi-final. They've learnt from last season. And this season they knocked out Lazio, one of the favourites. But it's going to be advantage Spurs because they're missing 3 or 4 key players. Now, we need to get a healthy lead going into that second leg. Something like a 3 or 4 goals we need to be up, because on their ground, on that tricky pitch, they'll have their players back, they'll be motivated, they want to make history. It's going to be a tough game. Now, we're not in good form, we're not been playing well this season, and lately we haven't been playing well, and you just think, how are we going to put in a performance which is going to win the game? Now, look, we're Tottenham Hotspur, yeah? If you were given this team any semi-final European competition, you would have snapped the hand off. Yeah, we need to do it, we need to turn up, the crowd, get behind them. You know, we can smell that final. We got to get there. And I'll tell you what, guys, if we don't win on Thursday, it will be embarrassing. Yeah, I hope we do it. Now, I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle at times. I think we're going to have enough to get like a 2-0. Will that be enough to get us through the tie for 2 legs? I don't know. I'll go for a goal scorer, Solanke. He's got a good header the other day. I think he'll be one of the goal scorers. Guys, look, it's been a dreadful season, an awful season. Many fans are not happy with Ange and want him gone. But look, I hope we get to that final. I hope we win it. Once we get to that final, you never know. Anything can happen. We're starved of trophies at Spurs. 17 years. We haven't won a European trophy for 41 years. Let's just hope we do it. Come on, you Spurs.
Hey Luke from Spotlight on Spurs, it's Marlon from Spurs Kings TV, and you've asked for my prediction on the Europa League against Bodo Glimt. I think my prediction, I'm still going to stay the same. I'm going to be pretty positive about this. I feel like we can win this game. I feel like we have the quality to win this game. It's just going to be down to the players and how they want to perform. They obviously surprised us against Frankfurt in the way they played. They played completely different to what we've been seeing in the Premier League. So I'm going for Tottenham 2, Bodo Glimt 0. And the only reason I'm really going for this result is because I've heard that they've got quite a few players out. However, I've heard also that when another player comes in, it's usually of the same quality and they all kind of know what each other's doing. So I think we'll just be too strong for them. I think it's, you know, to be fair, they're in their pre-season. They've only just started this season, where we're in the swing of just ending ours. So it could be just a step too far for them in this game only. The away leg will be completely different. So I'm going for a 2-0. I'm going for a Solanke double. I'm a bit worried. Look, if it's Odebear and Tell feeding him, I think he'll get on the score sheet. If it's Johnson and one other, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe if Son comes back, I'm not entirely sure how that's going to plan out. And I think our midfield is going to be so important. But where I'm going for the clean sheet is because it's what I call Ange is trusting back five, which is Vicario, Porro, Van de Ven, Romero and Udogie. He trusts them with his life because they're the ones, when they can play, you usually get the result done. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe and comment to Spotlight on Spurs. And if you like wanted some alternative content, come over to Spurs Kings TV. But Luke, peace. Come on, you Spurs.
What's happening, people? Firstly, I want to say really do appreciate this opportunity. Huge game for Spurs in our season. It can still be saved despite how bad we've been domestically in the league. So this is, a real opportunity to distance ourselves from the league, and as I said, really I think save the season and arguably save Postecoglou's job, although there'll be some that disagree with that. And around this game in the second leg, we've got to try and rest and rotate players that we think is important. In terms of lineup, I think I think the majority of us will be in agreement on the back line and midfield, but it's an attack, the front three. There's real cause for debate. My personal front three would be, I'd start Solanke up top because I think he's better than people give him credit for. I think you give him the service. He's a top striker. Just got his goal as well against Liverpool. So, his banging confidence should be. Talking about banging confidence, Richarlison as well. I would start him. I'd start him on the left-hand side. I think Matthias Tell's been really good. He's growing in confidence, improved game by game. I will give Richarlison a nod, and that way you can have Richarlison or Solanke in the side. I'll be open to a change of formation, but I don't think for 1 minute that Ange will do that or that we'll see that. And on the right, I'd probably go Wilson or the Bear. I think, he's the more dangerous than Brent Johnson, but Johnson does have that ending impact, should I say. And Kulusevski's just come back. They're still yet to really, get going, I suppose, since returning from injury. So, score prediction, we've got to win this first leg. Bodo have got a lot of players out. It's a real opportunity for us. I'm going to go with 4-1 Spurs. I'm feeling confident. They're missing a lot of players, key playmakers, defenders, through suspensions or injury. So this is massive for us. This tie has to be won in my eyes in this first leg. Scorers for Spurs, I think we scored 4. I think Matthias Tell will probably start, although I wouldn't, and I think he'll get a brace. I think Odebear will score. I think James Madison will get the 4th. So those two I think we're going to score. Of course, I don't think they keep a clean sheet. So feeling confident. I think we can make it till Bilbao, but we mustn't underestimate our opponents, especially away from home. Never really tough on what they call a plastic pitch. Look at Dinamo Zagreb under Mourinho. Won that first leg at home 2-0 and lost 3-0 away. So ideally we need a 2-3 goal cushion, ideally 3. So that is my score prediction.
Yes, everyone, it's Cookmaster here from the Two Mark Show, previewing the Bodo Glimt game for Luke at Spotlight on Spurs. Just my thoughts on the game. As far as I know, we've got a fully fit squad, maybe apart from Sonny, and they have 4 or 5 injuries. Look, we should be beating this lot Thursday night. It's a massive game for not only the club, but for the fans. The season's been so disappointing, and whatever you might think of the manager, the owner, it don't really matter on Thursday night. The most important thing is that Tottenham beat Bodo and take a lead for the second leg. It's just so important. So for me, I will predict that Tottenham will beat Bodo 3-1 on Thursday night to take a 2-goal lead over to Norway.
Hey Luke, Nige from Pure Coys. Thank you so much for asking me to do this video. It's an absolute honour. Tottenham against Bodo Glimt this Thursday. Can Spurs make the final? I think they should, and I absolutely think they will. If you had asked me before the season started, I think if you had asked anybody before the season started and before we kicked the ball in the Europa League that Tottenham would make the semi-final and we would be playing Bodo Glimt, I think everyone would have snapped your hand off, including myself. Saying that, Bodo Glimt are no mugs. They've beaten some good sides along the way. They've beaten Olympiacos, they've beaten Lazio, they've beaten Porto. They have beaten some big sides, but they've also lost to some average sides. Manchester United they lost to. They also lost at home to Karabakh, a side that we beat 3-0 at home with 10 men. So, can Spurs win? Yes. Should we win? Yes. There are no excuses for me. We have a fully fit squad. Bodo have a couple of players out suspended. I think 2 or 3 players out suspended. So this is a really big chance for Tottenham to lay a marker down, get the tie done in the first leg. I think we will. I think we will win 3-0. I think it's going to be a really good night for Spurs. I think hopefully the fans are going to get behind the players. And it's going to be a really good atmosphere at White Hart Lane, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So I'm going for a Tottenham win. I'm going for a Tottenham 3-0 win. Maybe I'm just being too positive. Who knows? There's not a lot else to be positive about. So I'm going all out in the Europa League. As for goal scorers, I'm going to go Brennan Johnson, Dom Solanke, and James Maddison with a cheeky little free kick. Have a great day, guys. Let's get behind the team. And come on, you Spurs.
Right, Luke has just asked me to pop on and give my thoughts about Thursday. Now, as far as I'm aware, we've got a fully fit squad, apart from maybe Sonny. I don't know about his foot, but let's face it, this is the home leg, so we've got to be having it large in this one, definitely. I'd like to see us 3-1, 4-1. Let's face it, the home leg, we could virtually end the tie. We could very nearly finish the job. If we're all on point, you know, and we play well. You know, I'm not disrespecting Bodo, but they've got 3 or 4 players missing, I think. 3 or 4 out. You know, I mean, come on, this is a European semi-final. You know, I just want us to go out and do the job. I believe we will win. I'm going for 4-1. 4-1. Have that. Positive.
Jim here from Also Spurs. Here's my Europa League prediction. I think Bodo Glimt are going to be a tougher opposition than many are making out. There's a lot of talk around them having an injury crisis, but having validated that and spoken to some of their supporters, it's not really the case. It's definitely a media narrative that's vastly exaggerated. They are missing their key playmaker and a centre-back, but the other players they're missing, the other 2, are not typically starting players. So, and they will be back for the second leg as well. But if we look at this first leg, I think it's going to be a closer game than most expect, but a Spurs win, which is why I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for Tottenham. Bodo Glimt are very well organised, remember. They are a team that is very much an epitome of the word team. They don't have necessarily standout players, but they're extremely well drilled. They know each other very well. Their coach has been in charge for a long time now, and really they all back his philosophy and ideas. They know each other really well. So I think they will get a goal against Tottenham, because they will know how to exploit us. And when Ange Postecoglou managed Celtic and went at them and attacked, they countered him very effectively. And I think they will do that against us, and they will get something from the game. But I think Spurs will break them down on 2 occasions and get a couple of goals, which then will bring it on to the second leg, which will be a very close encounter. No bad teams reach the semi-finals of this competition, in my opinion, but I think Spurs will just get through the tie into the final. Up Spurs.
So the expectation seems to be that Spurs take a lead into that second leg, which personally I believe needs to be the case. I'm backing Spurs to go in with a 3-1 advantage. I've got Dom Solanke to score, and I believe Tell might get in on the act as well. Could this crazy club cap off a crazy season and end up beating Bodo Glimt in the semi-finals to reach the Europa League final? Only Spurs could have this sort of season. Crazy club, as I've said. But I'm eager to know what you guys think the score will be. Please, in the comment section below, pop in your prediction and your goal scorer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on this channel for more content. If you're liking it, please let me know. And don't forget to follow the guests that have been in this video too. All of their links, again, will be in the description below. Come on, you Spurs.